Boom. You looking for this?
You come at me without us saving lives. How about that friend of yours? You saved his life.
Mm.
You lost him, didn't you, Red?
It's not about him.
Just say his name.
It's not about him. It's not about him.
I got chills, dude.
Dude, I know.
Oh, for Christ's sake, say his name. Say his name, you coward. Say his name. It's not about him. You hate yourself. He's eating you up because you ain't done a thing about it.
What?
Sorry. I apologize.
What are you sorry for? First honest thing you did, Red.
It's not about him.
No.
Okay?
I don't believe it.
It's all about him. He talks to you, doesn't he? Hear his voice. You do, don't you? Every time I start moving, I still hear my little boy. I see him. And I hear his voice. He says, get him, Daddy. Every last single one of them, get him. That's why I do what I do. That's why he's eating at you. That's why he's eating at you, because you know you didn't do a thing, and it's gonna keep eating at you. It's gonna keep eating and eating and eating. There's no getting away with it, you understand?
I ran him down.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I did what I had to do. I let the system take care of the rest.
Oh, you and your system. Christ! So what now? Every day Bullseye goes to the chow hall, eats his slop. You know he gets to breathe the same air that you breathe. You feel good about that? He got life! How about old Foggy? He got life.
Is he donning the suit again?
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking we're back. What?
Please. Please.
This is so cool side by side.
Let me out!
Oof. That's cold. Welcome back to Boomshot. I'm Kale. This is Colby.
Yes,
and,
sir.
An even more long-awaited day has come upon us, dude. I'm so excited. So, spoiler warning, but let's go ahead and jump into Daredevil Born Again Episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4.
Dude, incredible. Let's go ahead and jump right into it starting now. Oh my goodness. Dude.
Cinema.
Absolute cinema. Dude, I could watch that scene between Frank and Matt 1,000 times.
Yeah, I feel like they were going for the Rooftop 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a scene I watched many times today. I was just like scrolling Frank Castle stuff all day, dude, in anticipation. So I was kind of like, man, I wonder if like my expectations are too high. But they met my expectations.
Yeah.
Like it was one scene, one dialogue, and that was it. But it was enough. I mean, that part was so good.
Yeah, it was really good. I think the part where Matt's about to walk away and Frank brings up Foggy. Oh, dude, that brought chills. I mean, you see it in our reaction, but dude, that brought chills, man.
I got chills thinking about it.
I know,
dude. And also shout out to John Bernthal and Charlie Cox in that scene, dude.
Dude, the chemistry was off the charts.
The emotion that he was showing Charlie Cox in that scene was just phenomenal. Like some of the best acting, like period. I feel like.
Yeah, I felt like that was very. I felt like it was very accurate because especially when you've been bottling something up, you're like you do everything in your power to keep from breaking. But when one person says that one thing, you're done, bro. You're absolutely done.
Yeah, and it's so perfect that it was Frank too, because obviously the loss he experienced with his family, and you know how he reacted to it. And Matt's been like it's been eating at him to do something similar with Bullseye. And then when he says he got life, that the way he delivers that, and then Frank says, "How about Foggy? Did he get life?"
What Foggy get?
Oh man, that's so good.
Good. And the fact that Matt ran him down and then he released him to the system. Frank's like, "Oh, dude, this system." He's like, "You and the system, man. It doesn't do anything." Oh, dude, it was so good. I just felt. I don't know, man. I felt an emotional connection between them two in that scene. But like having like listening to Frank talk about how he hears his son, he's like, he speaks to you, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like how he hears his son speak
Yeah.
to him every time he slows down, which keeps him going. Because the second that you begin to slow down is the worst when it eats at you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Bro, oh, so good, man.
Yeah, I feel like we could talk about that scene all day, but there's a couple other things. We finally saw Muse in mask, in suit, I guess.
I feel like that was he opened the episode, and he also closed it.
Yeah,
in kind of the
point.
same motion, almost kind of like everything that was happening took place. Like I know some stuff
I see
took
what you
place,
mean.
but it was almost kind of like him walking. Like almost everything happened within that time range, maybe, or something like that. Which we don't know if he was carrying the same person at the beginning of the episode that he was at the end. You know, it could be two different victims. We saw a couple of them in the background. Actually,
that guy's crazy, man.
yeah, he's pretty crazy. We obviously don't know. You know, well, I mean, we know who he is because the actor, but we don't know what he's up to, like what his motivations are, how'd he get on the scene. We don't know anything like that so far.
Yeah, we see his, and it's interesting, like you pointed out in the first episode, like we see his artwork everywhere, and like in this episode in the middle we saw Muse, like his signature spray painted or something. So it's really, I like how they've built him up, so I hope they can deliver, and I think they will with his character.
Yeah, he seems very unlike any villain that we've seen Matt kind of fight, I think.
Oh yeah.
Bullseye. I mean, we just don't know much about Muse, and I don't expect him to be some kind of like crazy hand-to-hand combat.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm a little not concerned, but I'm a little curious to see what his angle is toward Matt.
Yeah, and you know what it is too, like exactly like you just said, Muse, he could easily kill Muse. Mm-hmm. And so if he gets back into it and crosses the line, that would be the person to do it. Because Muse, the amount of people he's killed and the way he's killing them, you know, I think Matt, if it was going to cross the line, it could be with him.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the whole Batman-Joker dynamic, where it's like Batman could absolutely break Joker in half. Yeah. And desperately wants to kill him, but knows he can't. Knows that he can't because it violates that rule, and he's one step away from being Joker in that case. And so I think for Matt, like in his mind, he already crossed the line with Bullseye, because for all intents and purposes, he killed Bullseye.
He wanted to.
No, but in his mind, he did. Yeah. You know, like him throwing him off that building was him killing Bullseye. Yeah.
And we've seen it before, like at the very end of season 3. He said, God knows I want to, but I'm not going to let you destroy who I am, when he was beating Kingpin's face in. That's one of my favorite lines from the original show. So I don't know if they'll go that angle again, but I could see them going that way.
Yeah.
Because it's really interesting. Same thing with Batman.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I just want to see what the character development for him is, because, you know, they're already talking about season 2 and season 3. So, like, how does this progress? But, so we did get to see Muse. Sussy therapist, still a little.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I'm a little less sus this round.
I'm less sus this episode, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm more sus of Vanessa now. I feel. Yeah. Like. I just feel like she's still up to something, and not that I feel like her and Kingpin will kind of fix their relationship. Last episode, I said that Kingpin might take her out, but I'm less so on that train. I think that they'll amend their relationship, but I think she might be doing stuff behind his back, like with the crime.
I mean, she did it with Adam, so you know she went behind his back there. So yeah, I guess in a way that was almost the biggest way that she could have gone behind his back. So everything else kind of feels small. Compared to that.
And that's really the other thing that stuck out to me this episode was the parallel of Kingpin, like going back to his old ways, and Matt going back to his old ways of being Daredevil. I thought that was really sick how they shot that with the old music. And like we've been leading up to with Kingpin, his bloody knuckles.
Yeah, and I will say, I don't really feel like, we kind of said this before, but I don't think Kingpin is... I still feel like for his standards, he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, honestly,
I mean, he said forgiveness is the highest form of love. So, it's something he learned from Sussy therapist. Well, I legit didn't know what was about to happen to Daniel. I thought Daniel was cooked. Bro.
Oh yeah, Yeah, I mean, and also he did kind of threaten his life.
Yeah, he was like, you won't ever do anything like that again, because you won't, basically because you won't exist. You'll be dead.
Yeah. But I mean, previously he would have just killed Daniel and killed Adam right there on the spot. So I mean,
he's growing. He's growing. Growth is incremental. I hope we see Frank back. Really hope we see Frank back.
Yeah.
Probably in the season finale, but I want to say that we saw him in other trailers. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
on that.
I feel like there's more footage of him, and also like I think one of the directors or writers said that there's kind of a love triangle with Frank, Karen, and Matt.
Ooh.
So that may be season 2 they're referencing because that's already being shot, but it could be like the end of this season maybe.
Mm-hmm. So what do we call it? It's Cat or Crank? Cat or Crank?
I've been going by Castle. I'm a Team Castle guy. But
yeah, Team Castle. Castle with a K.
Yeah, I guess the other one's Cat.
Well, anyway, let us know what you guys think. I thought it was really good. Best episode of the season, I think, so far.
Yeah.
Just that one scene, man. That one scene could carry that. That was just electric, bro.
Yeah.
But let us know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.